Hello everybody, so welcome here. Real quick, this is pretty much, so I was going to do car qualifying and I got in it and I did about 8 cars and it has been about 30 minutes. That we have 48 drivers to do. I don't have the time for that. So, like I had said, part-time qualifying was going to be different this year. I said except for Daytona, but Daytona I think will be the same. So the way this will work is this will be a mini race. It is only a 10-lap race, super short, and these drivers will all race in. Now, the way this works is, if you finish, remember, there's enough spots for only 5 of these drivers are going to make it in to the race out of 12 of them. But your top 5 of this race matters, but it doesn't. Same with the So normally how this will work, if I'm explaining it, I'm sorry, it's hard to explain. So normally next week at Atlanta, we'll have a mini race like this. Top 5 make it into the main race, no problem, no questions asked. This time, we still have the duels, so all these drivers still have a chance. The only thing that this race really does is set up the inside and outside lane. So even numbers for both. There's 6. So if you finish 1, 3, 5, you line up for the inside. 2, 4, 6, Etika. You just line up on the outside. So pretty much this is to see where you will start in your dual race, and these part-time drivers will in fact have to start in the back of the dual race, just the way it will be. Actually, no. I'm getting word. I thought it was the back. They will actually start in the front of the dual race to make it more interesting, is what I'm being told. So yeah, so part-timers are gonna big time here because they want to make the race. They aren't locked into this 500. Everyone wants to be in this 500, and so they'll start in the front, make it a little interesting. So as we go through, it's going to be James Richardson in the 36. He's starting up front, and he is going into his 3rd season. He was in the 6th last season. He won at Homestead last season to end the season, but contract negotiations didn't go out well. He wasn't even supposed to be racing for GMS Racing, and now they are in a 36 part-time car. The 76 of Christian Misdrack, we've heard of him. He's driving the Hooters car for Ben Kickley's Motorsports. That is Hairgel's new team. We got William Brock, who is unsponsored this season. His unchartered car this season. The charter for this team went to Scott Roush. William said he thinks Scott, the rookie, could use it more because he believes William said, I believe I could make pretty much every race. Then we have the 43. This is Mr. Nick Smith, a rookie driving for Scott Incorporated Racing, a new team. We'll see how Nick does. He's never been in any series on this channel that I know of, so very excited about him coming to join my team. So yeah, no bias. Biasism. I'm not gonna go, oh, go Nick, go. Anyways, the 35 of Mr. Chester Harvey, Infineon winner from a couple seasons ago, won in his first ever start, and he is uncharted this season as Michael Harvey took the charter, saying Chester is strong enough to make the races on his own. Lucas Tran in the 4 this weekend. Next weekend will be Don Smallwood. Dejon Weeks went to sign a whole bunch of rookies. He has 2 rookies sharing this car, a rookie in the 12 car. 12 is chartered though. But the 4 car is here, and he is Lucas Tran trying to make his first ever Cup start here on this channel. He has been in another series before. Then the 48 of Mr. Daniel Olson, who wasn't even supposed to be in this race, is in this race because why not? AS Racing said they weren't gonna have another car. They decided to throw in a part-time car, the 48 Lego machine of Daniel Olson. Daniel Olson shared a car with Griffin Lynn last year to see who would get a full-time ride. Griffin Lynn ultimately ended up winning, had the better stats and everything, but Griffin Lynn went with Carson, which is me. He went to my team with me, and he's driving the 14, which is a charter car. Then we have the 95 of Travis Miller racing with Alex Miller at Red Dragon Racing. Travis is not related to Alex in any way, I was told, but they are just got the same last name. John Andrews in the 82. He has moved over from the 48 from AS Racing to Smart Motorsports, starting next to his teammate, the 08 of Cody Smart, who owns this team, and the 00 Tyler Markle is the only one who has a charter for this team, so he's locked on the 500, but these two are not. The 82 and the 08 trying to make it in to the Daytona 500. Then we have the 41 car of John Gilbert, looking to make his first ever start here on this channel in any series, driving for his own team, Texan Motorsports. And then the 22 of Mr. Alexander Rowe, another rookie. So a lot of rookies here who are uncharted. Alexander Rowe trying to make it in. He actually, so here's the cool thing about this team. Zednik Price owns it. He left Dodge Motorsports. Zednik, though, got a lot of backing from Mobile One. Mobile One Price Racing is the name of the team. And so, yeah, just a really strong team here. I think they're going to be really strong. I don't think, and Alexander's starting in the back, but I think it won't be too big of a deal. So every race will be like this. Now, part-time qualifying will be a mini race inside of this. And then, so after this, you will see group qualifying for the chartered cars. I was going to do single file, just going to take single car, going to be too long, I'm sorry, and it's going to be too hard to like actually. So we will have group qualifying for the 500 after this, which will just be a qualifying thing, but this will be a race just like every other race we'll have this season. Let's go ahead, get the command started for the mini race. There's the command. Mini 10-lap race here, super short. Pretty much will determine the inside and the outside lane for the first 3 rows of the duel. Here they come already off of turn 4. Yeah, so 10 laps pretty much for James Richardson out front. He has already won. These wins really don't mean too much, but you just got this race really is just to determine the duels. But now this gives great opportunity to see how these drivers are, because a lot of these drivers are rookies now, and they can easily test their cars, see what it's like to be in a little pack racing at Daytona, to get ready for the duel and the 500 if they make the 500. So I think this is an excellent call by the Zero to Racing League officials. Now, if anyone wrecks in this or the practice coming up, they are allowed to go to a backup car for the duel. They'll have to start on the back of the duel. So, yeah. We have 47 drivers going for the duel, going for the 500. And so 12 of these are going in, but only 5 of them are going to make the show. It's a quick 10-lap race. Now, they don't need to be racing too hard now. It's just, this is just for inside and outside. The winner gets nothing, pretty much bragging rights. But almost all of these drivers are rookies. We have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe half the field are rookies. I would say half the field are rookies, maybe a little less. But yeah, so 12 part-time drivers this season, more that we had 9 last season. Yeah, we had 9 last season, so you can see 3 new cars pretty much going to be racing every week to try to make it into the show. I'm excited about that. I hope y'all are too. At the end of the video, you'll see the full lineups for each duel. See some movement in the back. James Richardson just controlling the field. Now remember, the only thing I think you would really want to try to do is maybe be in the inside row, because be an odd number, because the inside row here at Daytona is always so much stronger. And John Andrews gets a great run on James Richardson. Almost contact there. And there goes John Andrews. He's gone past James Richardson. All these drivers getting a feel for Daytona. New Daytona track this season. So we'll see how this works out. We've already seen some racing, which was the Clash. Pretty good race there. Nothing big. Bobby Frasor ended up winning it. Pretty much, Bobby's almost the king of this series if you think about it. Been here since season 1, won season 1 championship, has the most active wins. There goes Travis Miller now. So this is the first rookie to maybe be leading at Daytona. John Andrews can clear him. Now look who's coming. Cody Smart, John Andrews' teammate and owner. Maybe they might get something going. I'm not sure. But you can see the 26-35 of Chester and William Brock, both of them veterans of the series, just kind of in the back. And the 08 and 95 almost made contact right there. Could have been big. Now, remember, so if we do have a wreck, you will have to go to the back of the duel. Normally, in these part-time races, if you wreck, you're out. So you got to be careful about that. You can tell it's not too chaotic. It's 3 wide. I think they're just trying to get a feel because they know it's going to be 3 wide. So they're just trying to get a feel for the car. Not too much movement going on, really. But it will be a 10-minute session for the charter cars to see how much time they can get and see where they will start for each duel. And you see Nick Smith is out front, making his 3 wide up the line for the lead there. That was an excellent pass by Travis on the outside. Travis trying to clear Nick Smith. He'll clear Nick, but here comes Lucas Tran in the 4, racing for Dejon Weeks. We're just past halfway here. Now it looks like Christian Misjack and the 76 Hooters machines out front with William Brock, another vet. Now you saw James Richardson took forever for someone to pass James, about 2 to 3 laps. Now we're having a pass almost every time a car breaks away from the front. I don't know what that is. Is James, now that James has fallen back, he's just fallen back on purpose, maybe just riding around back. James is a smart driver. Finally picked up a win last season at Homestead. Here comes Alexander Rowe, another rookie. He's got a good line behind him. That's the 41 in the back. That is John Gilbert making his first ever start. Trying to make his first ever start ever, really. You see William Block in all 3 lanes. William Brock, an excellent racer, has 1 career win. That came at Charlotte back in Season 2. See, drivers moving all over the place. Look at the 4. He's trying. Oh, he's going to put Alexander Rowe on the wall. And Alexander Rowe, but not too much damage to them. Caution's going to be out, and I'm pretty sure this is going to end the race. More than likely. Not too much damage. I think they'll all be able to fix it before the 500 or their duels, respectively. But I think this will end the race. The smoke's kind of making me sad. Why is it just flashing? So, real quick, we'll see the finish here. It looks like it was Lucas Tran got into the side of it. Who did he get on the side of? He got on the side of Alexander Rowe. And William Brock will come across the line. He will be in the duel number 1, which is the inside duel, which everyone wants to be on. So that will end the race. 82 and 08. Could have used strategy. Maybe try to been in the same duel, but they'll start in different duels now. So I think not too much damage to any of the cars. We're going to go check it out real quick. Let's go ahead and go check it out. So Alexander Rowe got turned by the 4 Lucas Tran. Lucas is in it. See, Lucas just comes down, gets into 22, puts him in the wall, and then the 76, 95, and 36 really just little contact, nothing much. No, just a little fender bender, really. We'll see James Richardson, who had fallen to the back, go on board with him real quick. Nothing too major to any of these cars. They'll be able to fix it. They will not have to go to the back. We'll update you if any of them will have to. That's actually kind of a hard hit to the 22. Hopefully the 36's engine's okay. More than likely it is. So William Brock is going to win it. Or finish first. Not really win. Nothing. Now we know William Brock, John Gilbert, John Andrews, Nick Smith, Christian Misjack, and Alexander Rowe will be on the inside lane. So duel number 1, Chester Harvey, Daniel Olson, Cody Smart, Lucas Tran, Travis Miller, and James Richardson will be in duel number 2. We're not going to finish it because we know we're going to finish under caution. So that's all we really needed was the finishing results. From what I can tell, all the drivers will be able to continue with the car they're in and will not have to go to a backup. Not big enough of a wreck. All right, so here comes the 10-minute group qualifying of the charter cars. All right, group qualifying now for the charter cars. These are the vets, the best of the best. I mean, some of them aren't that good, but you never know. Group qualifying here, so you never know. Well, we have to wait to see who will be the first driver out on track. Who will it be? And it's going to be Matthew Johnson. We'll keep this on so we can see the time in the bottom to see how much time is left. No, actually, Matthew's going to come out. A lot of drivers came out. Joshua Jones. So, interesting thing about Joshua Jones. He is still in this 5 car. JJ Motorsports. Still one of the best, with Daniel Maxwell still driving for them in the 7 machine. But Joshua has really been off of it since Season 2 when he had become so good for a while. Griffin Lynn. We know him. He is he's driving for my team this season. He is chartered. Got the charter from a different driver. My team acquired 2 charters during the offseason to be able to have him and Philip Goldberg, who's making his return to the season, be chartered for this season. 83 of Aiden Shepard getting chartered. Who had it? Chris Dodd's team, CJ Racing, had an extra charter. Gave it away to Aiden Shepard, who worked so hard last season. Such a good driver, and he will now be chartered for this season. And I know he is very grateful for that. He's got Matthew Johnson behind him. We know Matthew. He's won at Daytona before. He won a shootout, and he's won a duel, if I'm not mistaken. We got a lot of drivers coming on the track now as we're looking. Here's the 97 of Johnny Gardner, trying to make his second season. Yeah, he is chartered with AS Racing, and he switched numbers to the 92 from the 43. 43 went to my team, Scott Incorporated, because I did take it over there originally to AS Racing. We're looking who's on track. Who was that? That is Matt Tuck, a rookie. Ben Kekele's got a charter in the charter draw for this 57 car, and a rookie is charter for this season. So great job by Matt Tuck. Couple rookies are charter for the season. Zeus Morrow is another one who's in the 60 when we'll come up to him. Here is Jack Porkins in the 10, chartered this season. I know he is excited about that. He is one of the best drivers out there last season who did not have a charter. Now that he has a charter, everything changes. He'll be in every race. I think he will definitely be a contender for the championship this year. With the 80 of Mr. Jesse Turner, Daytona 500 winner from Season 2. He's out here. We know him. He's just a really good driver. Proud of him for still being out here. Then we have Emmanuel Hartnett making another start, making another season. Hopping teams. He's now to CJ Racing in this 33. He is being chartered. I don't know. It was Jack in this car last season, which was unsponsored. Uncharted. Now that it's chartered, how can this 33 team did? Because Jack did a fantastic job in it last season. You see the king of the series, Bobby Frasor, coming off of pit road. I don't really have to introduce Bobby Frasor, Season 1 champion, multiple-time winner, won the shootout earlier. He has a great car here at Daytona, and I believe they said they were going to use a different car, but I think they're using the same exact car that he used in the shootout here for the 500. We've talked about the 583, 14. Oh, look at Bobby get swallowed up in the middle. Great job by these drivers. And now there's the 25 of Philip pushing his teammate of Griffin Lynn, actually. Philip Goldberg returned this season since Season 2. He has not been in it. So great run by him. Great job by me for finding him. There you see the 7 Season 2 champion of Daniel Maxwell right under his teammate of the 5. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to turn this off and turn this on. The 7 of Daniel Maxwell making another season. They're almost 4 wide. Wow. So huge group of cars running here. We have not talked about Colin Lindsay. Here's Colin Lindsay, fantastic driver here in this series. Kind of a down year last season from Season 2, from his rookie season, but he is back, and he has shortened his team to just a 3-2 to make the 3-2 be an even better car than the 4-car team they were. Mike Tolan, last year's champion, one of the best drivers out here as well. Daytona 500 champion from last season as well. J-Day, J-Day's further back. This is Dylan Young, a rookie who is chartered with Dejon's team, DW Motorsports. Dylan is making his first start in any series here at Daytona. Then we have the 16, Garrett Sonora, chartered. He has been here since Season 2. Great, beautiful scheme this season for his Dr. Pepper 16. Going from Coca-Cola to Dr. Pepper. J-Day with another season here. He is in a different type of 38, different type of Ford. He's using a different Ford grill than most other drivers, but that's okay. Just he thinks there's an advantage to it, and he'll be using that all season long. The 6, this is a rookie. Chase Marks, racing with GMS Racing as he's behind his owner and teammate, trying to make his, or he will be making his first start, but he wants to make that special here, especially at Daytona, because who doesn't want to start at Daytona? The 81, a Dion Scott in the McDonald's machine. We have 2 McDonald's schemes this season. John Andrews, who has the current McDonald's scheme, as Dion, who has a more of a retro McDonald's scheme. Then we have Zachary Fitchwater in the 88, trying to make his 3rd season. Great driver, never been to victory lane. Came so close last season, but he has never made it. Here, Jovan Alonso, no need to introduce him. Season 1 Daytona 500 champion, multiple wins on his resume as well. One of the best in the series. The 20, who is coming to pit road now, that is Zednik Price. Zednik left Dodge Motorsports, and he is now on his own team, Mobile Price Racing. And I think it will be a great year for him, who has Alexander Rowe and on his team as well. There you see the 63 of Ferdinand Gabalt making his last season. He has brought new sponsors on, changed number, and this is going to be his last season of his career. One of the best from Season 1. Had like 3-4 wins in Season 1. The 97 of Alex Miller, Rookie of the Year last year, coming down pit road. One of the best rookies last season. He was the Rookie of the Year. All drivers have made time, by the way. And he is looking to expand it, going to the 97 this year. Just a new number. There's the 2. That is Mr. Eric Hayden, racing for Dodge Motorsports once again. Eric Hayden, nothing much to say about him. 2nd season. Almost won an Auto Club last season. We'll see how he does this season. There is Zeus Moro. Here's a group of cars we haven't talked about. Zeus Moro, a rookie making his first ever start here at Daytona. He will be making it. Qualifying here. Not sure. This is a new car for GMS Racing as well, so not sure how this will be, expanding their team. The 89 of Michael Harvey, racing for Michael Harvey Motorsports. We know this team so strong. Mike Tolan, pretty much the leader over there. Wow, Michael's the owner, but Mike Tolan just seems to always be the better driver of the team. Him and Chester, his brother, as well as Mike Tolan, make up Michael Harvey Racing. JT Bryant back at AS Racing in the 24 Dogecoin. JT, a 2-time, 3-time winner, Chase contender last season, just looking to continue momentum this year. Chris Dodd, visit victory lane once last season, and he said his statement for his goal this year is not to flip in the 500, as well as not to flip in Atlanta. So the first 2 races, he does not want to flip. We'll see how that works out for him. Good luck to him this season. Keith Batson, looking to make his 2nd, 3rd season here, one of them. And this AutoZone new sponsor for him. Talked about Johnny. Yeah, we talked about Johnny. Sorry. Here's the 23 of Scott Roush. William Brock gave him his charter, and he has brought on so many sponsors, Sony. And so good luck to Scott Roush, rookie. I think he'll be very competitive this season. Then we have the 00 of Tyler Markle going to Smart Motorsports, being the only chartered team over there. And I think this team, I'm not going to say anything yet. We'll see what happens. John Arndt, veteran of this series, been here since Season 2. He is out here in the 05. His teammate right behind him. John looking to visit victory lane since Season 2 this season. There's Dejon. I don't think we talked about Dejon. He's been here since Season 1. Looking to carry momentum. He is one of the best drivers. Only 1 career win. Trying to improve on that this season. We've talked about almost all of these drivers. I believe we've talked about every single one. I could be wrong, and I'm sorry if we did not talk about you. As I'm looking, I believe we've talked about all the drivers. So all 35 drivers have been covered, as here's a huge group of cars. There's 1 second remaining, and at the top of the board, it is actually the 5 and the 7. Some teammates. It's this group right here. I think this is the fastest group, and their other teammate is up here, Jack Porkins. How's Jack going to do? I think that lap counted. I don't think Jack will improve. But JJ Motorsports 1 and 2, which is a good thing, but as well as it's a bad thing, because now they'll be in different duels for the dual races. So I believe every lap is pretty much done here. There's 20 seconds left, but we're going to check it out. Go ahead and check it out. Joshua, Daniel Maxwell. Remember, even odd numbers, duel number 1. They will be starting behind the first 3 rows of the uncharted cars. You'll see the list of each duel, the lineup after this part. 2, 1, and I believe that is it. That is complete. So now none of these laps count. So Joshua, Dylan, Scott Roush, J-Day, JT Bryant, Dion Scott, Zachary Fitchwater, Michael Harvey, Tyler Merkel, Zeus Morrow, Mike Tolan, Jovan Alonso, Bobby Frasor, Eric Hayden, Daejeon Week, Colin Lindsay, Matt Tuck, and Matthew Johnson will be in duel number 1, racing for that inside line. You know what? I completely forgot, guys. Joshua Jones and Daniel Maxwell, it does matter. They're in different duels, but you know what they both just did? They claimed the pole for the 500. Only charter cars can do that. And Joshua and Daniel Maxwell are on the front row of the 500. As Joshua and Daniel, they will still start 7th in each of their duels behind the part-time drivers, and as long as they finish their duel, they will be on the front row for the 500. So JJ Motorsports has swept it. I was thinking, I was like, first and second really don't matter, but it does, and I can see why they work together. Daniel Maxwell, Griffin Lynn, Chase Marks, Aiden Shepard, Chris Dodd, Keith Batson, John Arndt, Emmanuel Hartnett, Johnny Gardner, Garrett Sonora, Kat Tellier, Zednick Price, Philip Goldberg, Jesse Turner, Ferdinand Gabot, Jack Porkins, and Alex Miller will be in duel number 2 behind the other 6. We'll see the full lineup, but congratulations to JJ Motorsports for sweeping the front row. All they have to do is finish their duels, and they will be in the front row of the 500 starting next to one another. And I think Daniel's been in the front row before, if I'm not mistaken. But Joshua is on pole for the 500. Congratulations to Joshua Jones and Daniel Maxwell. Here's the full starting lineup for duel number 1 and duel number 2.